What's up, race fans? My name's Owen, and welcome back to the Bent Fender podcast. And in this one, I will be reviewing the British Grand Prix. So, for this one, there was a sprint qualifying before the race, so I'll review that as well. So, for the sprint, only the top 8 gets points. And then, Kevin Magnussen got pole, which, good for him. Like, that's surprising, because, well, it's Haas. He's a Haas driver. So Magnussen and Verstappen were on the front row. So Verstappen and Latifi were the only cars on the track to have the medium tires on. Everyone else had the softs on. So getting into the sprint, Magnussen leads. Then Ocon forces Alonso wide. Then Verstappen takes the lead. Ocon has some side pod damage. Stroll forces Vettel onto the grass, which for that one, I think Stroll was pulling to the left to let Vettel by on the right, but I guess he didn't communicate that with the team, so Vettel went to go to the inside, and it didn't work. Then Albon was stopped on the track, so he is out of the race, or out of the qualifying. Then Russell takes the lead. Then Stroll got a 10-second time penalty for a dangerous maneuver, which I feel for what he did is somewhat deserved, but you can go the other way and say he was letting him by on the right and he didn't go to the right, but other than that, then Verstappen makes contact with Sainz, and Russell ends up winning the sprint qualifying. So, the top 8 who got points were Russell, Sainz, Hamilton, Verstappen, Perez, Leclerc, Norris, and Magnussen. So, for the main race, Sainz got a 5-place grid penalty, which means Russell and Hamilton will start on the front row, which is the first time this year that the Mercedes had a front row lockout this year. And then Yuki Tsunoda had to start from the pits. Alright, so on to the main race. So Russell leads. Then Ricciardo gets into Magnussen, who spins. And then Magnussen collects Russell, bringing out the first safety car, and both of them are out of the race. Yeah, that was just unfortunate for the two of them. Magnussen went from pole position in the sprint race to being out of the race on the first lap. Kind of feel for him. Like, he had a good car in qualifying. But just unlucky for him. So after that, Verstappen makes contact with Hamilton. And then Norris makes contact with Leclerc, who spins and hits the wall, but stays in the race. Then both Norris and Verstappen get a 5-second penalty for causing a collision. So Hamilton takes the lead when Russell pit. Russell took the lead when Hamilton pit. Then a while later, Norris loses power, which brought out the first virtual safety car, which they had to bring out a second safety car for. And then after that, Russell wins his first ever Grand Prix. So the top 10 were Russell, Hamilton, Sainz, Leclerc, Alonso, Verstappen, Perez, Ocon, Bottas, and Stroll. Honestly, this race was one of my favorite of the years. There was action everywhere. We might not have seen Russell a lot, but because there was like passes and action all over the track. And also this is the penultimate race, so the next one is going to be the final one. I'm going to rate this race a 9 out of 10. It was entertaining from start to finish. Lots of action everywhere on track. And it was just a great race. So, please remember to like and subscribe. As well as go follow my other channels, one being my main of Fan Rantan, my other one being a D&D channel where me and my friends play D&D. That is called Drunkards and Dumbasses. You can also find that under the Boundless Shores. And please join me next week, or next race, when I review the final F1 race of the year at Abu Dhabi. So, we'll see you next time. Peace.